fascinating. Work is underway at the University of New Haven to crack a 400-year-old cold case to find the remains of Matoka, known to the world as Pocahontas, in order to return her home to her tribal home in Virginia. My guest is at the Henry C. Lee College of Criminal Justice and Forensic Science, Assistant Professor Declan Hill. Welcome.
Thank you so much.
All right, you're a longtime investigator. Take me back to how you are an investigator.
So my specialty is organized crime, particularly in sports. I'm a world's expert in how gangsters and mobsters get in and fix sporting games. So I've been in much demand with the Shohei Ohtani and the Jonte Porter case, because mobsters are coming into North American sports and they're basically going to destroy it. I infiltrated a gang of Asian match fixers a number of years ago, wearing hidden cameras, and exposed them fixing major games at the FIFA World Cup.
All right, you have a podcast.
Yes.
Can we follow along what you're going to be doing with your students to hopefully find the remains of Pocahontas?
Yes, so I work on something called Crime Waves podcast, and I basically teach investigations on that podcast. So I bring in the world's best investigators. And a few months ago, I had Dr. Henry C. Lee, and you can't get any better than that. And we're talking about how the amazing Las Vegas singer Wayne Newton came to his office one day and said, "Find Pocahontas."
I was going to ask you about that. Why? Why did he ask?
Because Wayne Newton has been obsessed about finding Pocahontas since the early 70s. He spent hundreds of thousands of dollars. And finally, about 20 years ago, he decided to go to the man, and Henry C. Lee. And Henry C. Lee is a very smart expert, but he turns to him and goes, "Who's Pocahontas?" And so everyone has to kind of explain to him, like, okay. And you know, that she was our first princess. She was the first American native princess, and she left America to go negotiate with the English king back in 1616 to bring peace to these two people. And somehow, somewhere, she died over there. And so Wayne Newton has been obsessed about this. And I don't mean this in a bad way, but he's obsessed about bringing her home, getting her back to her people. And he pulls out a checkbook and says to Henry C. Lee, "Okay, how much is this going to cost me?" And Dr. Lee says, "Nothing. America has given me everything. You say that this is one of our people. You say that this is one of our princesses. I'm going to do this for free. We're going to find her and get her home."
He gets a hold of you, and here we go, and your trips are going to take you to the UK?
Yeah, I got my PhD at Oxford. I know England very well. I understand the archaeological world there. And so I've already gone over there a couple of times and have identified a number of spots where she may be buried. We know where she is. She's in a town called Gravesend, about 30 miles outside of London. She went there on March 21st, 1617. She died after a very short illness. And now we got to figure out which of these locations is where she's buried at.
All right, so when do you start digging? When do the students come? How does this happen? Lay this out for me.
So look, there has been a long series of really badly conceived excavations in Gravesend dating back to 1862. So that's not what we want to do. Next week, I go down to the Hunton people in Virginia and saying, look, this is what Henry C. Lee, Wayne Newton, the University of New Haven want to do. Does this equate with you? Are you guys okay with our doing this? In no way do we want to trespass on their indigenous rights, and
Sure.
in no way do we want to insult somebody like Matoka Pocahontas. Maybe there's some indigenous tradition and belief that you don't disturb remains. We don't know this, but if they say yes, if they give us our blessings, then we're set for a very intense period of real and detective work. This is America's greatest cold case. It doesn't get any bigger than this one.
If they give you the go-ahead, when does this all start?
Feet on the ground, summer next year, but we're going to be investigating that. I've already been over there, and we have maybe half a dozen to a dozen really strong leads that need to be focused down. So, for example, I've got newspaper articles back from 1840 saying, oh, blah, 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 we've discovered this. I'm like, okay, we've got to get students on top of this. We've got to get artificial intelligence looking at all the other sources that we can. We've never had this kind of tool before, so let's start looking for it. Let's get it.
Keep us abreast of what happens.
Well, I
Declan,
will.
Thanks for whetting our appetite to this fascinating story.
Thank you.
You bet. And if you'd like to know more about this cold case, go to WTNH.com or the News 8 app.